What's good, Hood Rich fam? Hood Rich Credit tapping in. Look, Hood Rich fam, let's get straight into it. So today we're gonna be breaking down, are subprime credit cards really that bad? And by subprime credit cards, I'm talking about something like Credit One credit cards, right? First Premier Bank credit cards. These are subprime lenders, right? That a lot of you guys obtain, especially when you have bad credit. So what I'm going to answer is, should you go for them? If not, then what's the better alternative? And to answer that question, stay away from subprime credit cards. I know a lot of you guys go through the process of, having a lot of negatives on your report and you need credit repair, right? And the only institutions that will approve you with having bad credit is institutions like Credit One Bank and First Premier Bank. Those are the two most popular subprime credit cards, okay? So when it comes to you proceeding with them applications with the institutions, I'm gonna tell you guys the downsides, right? So first of all, they come with a lot of fees. And before I get any deeper, if you are gonna say fuck it and just go for a subprime credit card, please avoid First Premier Bank, okay? Avoid that institution. If anything, get a Credit One credit card. They do get expensive when it comes to their fees and having that credit card open. But fuck it. If you're trying to rebuild credit and you want a credit card, then Credit One Bank is the institution to go for. But the thing is, though, I don't recommend it, okay? Like I said, because first of all, you're going to get a low limit approval. Like right off the bat, obviously, they're not going to take a higher risk on you. So they're not going to approve you for nothing major. The most you're probably going to get is something like $500, right? And it's going to report on your credit. When it comes to asking for credit limit increases, I think even asking for credit limit increases, they charge you fees and shit. So I'm telling you, and they're like another Capital One. To me, how do I say it? I count Capital One as a subprime lender, even though they're not. But it's just with their credit limit increases, they low limit approvals. It's kind of shit. Like if you're trying to get a high limit with Capital One, you need a long relationship to get them 10K and up approvals. But yeah, like I said, with Credit One Bank, low limit approvals. Also, too, it's your reputation behind it. So, like, let's say, for example, later on, you try and get approved for more funding with other institutions, right? When they look deeply into your profile, they are going to see them shit credit cards in the past, right? So it gives them idea that your credit was bad before, right? So it kind of raises a little risk. You guys want to have a clean, flawless credit profile with some good swipes on there. So yeah, Credit One Bank, it gets expensive. That's first of all. Second of all, you're going to get a low limit approval. Third of all, doesn't really look nice on your report. And fourth of all, let's talk about alternatives. Let me talk about alternatives. So for alternatives, instead of going for a Credit One card or like a First Premier Bank, which you should always avoid, even if you have bad credit, go with installment loans instead. So the reason why I say go for installment loans is because you avoid a hard pull. With those applications with the Credit One credit cards and all that type of shit, right? The subprime lenders, you're gonna get a hard pull when applying for that credit card. So the best thing to do is get an installment loan with an institution like DCU. You get a credit builder loan. You can go to institutions like, I think First Tech has a credit builder loan as well. You won't get a hard pull. I'm pretty sure PenFed has one too. Navy Fed, obviously. Build relationships with these institutions, especially credit unions that are willing to how do I say it, extend a high limit credit card later on. When you keep building that relationship, trust me, they'll approve you for a high limit credit card, but you got to build a strong relationship. Because like I said, most of y'all are in this situation because you guys have some negatives on your report that's holding you back. So the best way to do it, if you want some high limits, you got to build a strong relationship with credit unions. With big banks, that's not going to work. They're still going to deny you with having, a long relationship with them. I'm telling you, go with credit unions, build a strong relationship. A popular one that I always mention on this channel, Navy Fed. Get that Navy Fed pledge loan. Now you're rebuilding your credit, right? Even though you got some negatives, you got the installment loan reporting, you got some deposits going into your Navy Fed checking account. Eventually, they'll pre-approve you for a high limit credit card. And there's way better options than just getting a subprime credit card, right? If you're gonna get a subprime credit card with a $500 limit, might as well go for something like a secured credit card and deposit a $500 limit. The reason why I say that is because if you go with something like Navy Fed, right, you could use that card paid off after 6 months. They'll graduate you to a 2K credit card, which is unsecured. That will never happen with Credit One Bank, okay? I mean, later on, yeah, but it takes a long ass time. It's not going to happen in 6 months. So that's what I'm saying. The best option to go for, even if, you want to get a credit card, get a secure credit card with these institutions, with these credit unions. That way you build a strong relationship and they'll approve you for a high limit. I've gotten multiple people approved with something like Navy Fed in the matter of 6 to 8 months with a 25K limit approval from building a relationship from scratch, even though they got some late payments on their report. So that's the best option, okay? Avoid subprime credit cards, these credit ones, these First Premier Bank. Synchrony Bank credit cards are also two subprime lenders. I got to think of some other ones. I think Merrick Bank, some shit like that. Those are all subprime lenders that you want to stay away from. Just get a secure credit card. The best route though, installment loans. And also too, because most of y'all don't even have installment loans reporting on y'all credit. These institutions want to see a mix of your credit profile. That way they approve you for high limit funding. You shouldn't only have revolving credit cards reporting. You need installment loans. That's what I'm saying. So get installment loans, at least two. You go with credit unions, build a relationship, get a high limit approval while you in the process of getting your credit cleaned up. Because trust me, you don't want to apply for no other institutions thinking you're gonna get a high limit when you got some negatives on your report. You're gonna get denied, and you're just gonna continue to add inquiries on your report. It's gonna look bad and bad and bad. So this is the best route to go for. Okay, avoid subprime credit cards. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Y'all have a good day. The Hood Rich Way. Gone.